Say that there was a gymnast in your town and he was the best gymnast. And before internet, you would go to this gymnast in town because of word of mouth, and word would get around that he was the best in town and people would go and partake in those services. Well, now that gymnast would be competing with all of the best gymnasts in the province or in the country. And what happens is that just because that gymnast might have been the best gymnast in his town, he might not even be able to compete with the best gymnasts in the country. But since now we have a global marketplace where basically we have the ability to purchase products and services from people that are all over the world, right? Not even just in our country. What happens is that most of the money goes to the top few service providers that are the best, most vetted providers of these services. It's become a lot more competitive to not just be a business owner, but to be an employee in general. It's the world has become more competitive in general, because now if you don't perform quickly enough or you're not efficient enough to make a difference in someone's business, they can just hire someone from another country that will work for a cheaper rate than you, but is more educated. And because in that other country, the economic circumstances allow them to live at less of a wage, basically these companies are going to outsource labor to markets where the people are just as educated, maybe not in the macro of things, maybe not in the whole country, but those highly educated people in the other countries are going to get employed before you get employed, because they can get the same level of education in another place for a much lower wage. Okay, so you're competing against that. Basically, now coming back to my point, and what I'm saying is that you need to not only be that best gymnast in town, but you also need to know marketing, or you need to know something about like online sales, or maybe not necessarily like web development, but marketing is a huge one for most business owners that you're going to have to learn. It's distribution of your products and services, or management. So not only do you have to be the best gymnast now, but you also have to be a manager, a distributor, a salesperson. That's what you really need to be in this day and age to be competitive, unfortunately. Now, our government could maybe change that once things switch around a little bit here. What's the chances that they are? I don't know, maybe, but even if they did, I would encourage you to, become educated and learn how to leverage things like social media, like labor markets, softwares that are going to multiply your effort into more